This review is presented by EVDANCE.
That's the firing order of this jewel of an engine. 2.5 liter single turbo 5-cylinder. It has been buried down in this Audi RS3 for many years, and we can just pray that it will sit down there for many more to come, because this is what defines this hot hatchback, or this sedan as you can get it in, which I completely adore. I get thrilled in a car that is a sedan, and especially a hot hatchback that has been stretched out. Just love this car. This generation has been around since 2021, but now the update, late 2024, the facelifted one. Well, they've done a lot in this one. You got a torque splitter here that can send all the power to the rear wheel, so it becomes a drifter. The thing about this car is that you need to learn how to drive this correct, and you need to be that sort of aggressive driver, that extra aggressive driver that knows how to tame it. Takes a little time, but when you get it right, then it will reward you. And on these small, curvy roads, it is just like a rally car. And you're very thankful for having that torque splitter and getting all that momentum sent to the rear wheels, because you need to rotate this car to make it more effective. The firing order of the engine is what gives it this distinct sound. It also makes it a bit more smooth, how the engine torque band and the rev is being put on as you throttle away. And it almost makes a mold, an original mold of itself, by being what a hot hatchback should really be. Hardcore, tight, and roary, but with its real roar. No fake pops and bangs, just a straight, serious tone. And it just steers in so quick, in a normal Audi fashion that always had this great connection to the road. This one, it elevates it even further. You got wider tires at the front, 265. At the back, you have 245, so that minimizes the understeer. There still is some understeer, but when you learn to drive this car in the correct way, it becomes very, very fun. But on small, tight roads, the rev band, well, you need to be in the higher rev band and in the right gear. And the gearbox, it is fine, it is smooth, it is fairly quick, it is not that responsive. Sometimes it feels like, do I need to push it one more time to get the right gear? But it's fine. I like its smooth and slick character. But being in the right gear above 4,000 RPM, flooring it, that's when the turbo spools up, and that's when you get a bit more Newton meters to play around with. And you need that. And you also need to know how to rotate this car. Doing a little trail braking, pushing it in, well, it starts to oversteer a bit more, that you're not that used to in an Audi that is a bit more on the understeery side. But this one, it completely changes that. And that rotation makes it a lot more quicker in fast demanding corners. So it is 7 seconds faster than the pre-facelifted version. And it's also around 5 seconds faster than the BMW M2. That says a lot. Sure, it's got four-wheel drive, but the way it works as a four-wheel driven car is rather interesting. It feels a little like it's front-wheel driven because it works, the power is on in some corners, but then when you just push it, and if you're a bit more aggressive when turning it in, well, then it becomes very rear-wheel biased. Especially when you put it into this torque rear setting. It revs all the way out to 7,000 RPM. And it brakes so well. You can get carbon ceramic brakes. We got the steel brakes on this one. I just love these steel brakes. They bite very quick. If you drive a lot on track, then, well, might get a little overheated, but I don't think that they will fade that quick. But sure, if you want to go on the track, because this is a very, very fun track car. One of the best, you can chase a lot faster cars in it. If you live with a plug-in hybrid car or an electric car, well, you need a charger. This is the EVDANCE portable charger. Very sturdy, very easy to use. Just plug it in, 220, 240 volts socket, and off you go. You get 3.68 kilowatts of charging power. And everything feels just so clean in here. There is nothing that steals your attention. It's Audi design. Really, really elegant, really nice. A lot of plastics, of course, everywhere, but that is nothing that you really care about because you only care about the drive. The thing that really sucks you into this car. The noise of the engine and this agile feel. Well, that agile feel as you push it above 3,000 RPM and onwards. My lord, this is a fun car. Walks around a little when it becomes a little bumpy. I just love that because it just fights for the grip and it gets the grip down very, very well. So it's very composed, but at the same time, that's what feels a little more, you know, edgy. And that edginess, that's just what makes a car alive. So that's what I just love about it. You got the quick settings here with the RS. You can set that in different configurations to your liking. You can get into efficiency, comfort, auto, and dynamic, and then you can push this checkered flag, which makes it a bit more suited for the track. And it stays on the gears as well, and that is just great when you drive it in manual like this. It is just so smooth at the same time. It's rather quiet. It's just that engine that makes everything come alive. And of course you can settle down and drive a bit more calm, but you don't want to do that in a car like this. You just want to floor it. The steering wheel is racy. I like these ones. You know, cut on top, cut under here, and you just get your grip perfect. You just have it 2:45 to 9:15, or you want to call it. The only thing that is a bit irritating, very irritating actually, because I called my mother like 5-6 times yesterday and I needed to abort it and didn't know what it was. Then of course, when I was driving active, the palm of my hand touched the telephone symbol button here and it just called. So these sensitive touch buttons, they're not to my liking. Easy to adjust everything in normal Audi fashion here, quick in its response. You can monitor how hot everything is from your torque splitter to the oil of the gearbox, the engine, the cooler, the brake discs, everything. The cluster in front of you, you can set that in many ways if you want some bars to be displayed or if you just want a normal rev counter like this one. And you run through your board computer, your G meter, the torque, the effect in percent, get your navigation displayed and everything. Yeah. So it's very well equipped. You know, physical buttons for the temperature. I like that a lot. These are just good. They feel clicky, a little plastic, but don't mind. And you also got physical buttons for this pre-sense. Push that, and then you can turn off everything regarding, you know, like speed warning or lane assist. But it is pricey. I mean, it cost over 700,000 Swedish crowns, about 68,000 euros to start off with, and you can add on a lot. And that is a lot of money for a small car like this, but for being what it is with this engine, I think that that is a bargain, because I think that this engine might be a collector's engine in some way. You get the car, you get the engine, just keep it, because we hope that this one doesn't die or vanish. We need this engine. We need this engine to be representative of the hot hatchback segments. And you can gain so much speed in this car that it is crazy. So you can get an RS pack that lifts the top speed from 250 kilometers, which is restricted, to 290 kilometers an hour. It is under 4.5 meters long, and that's just what's so fun about it. It is rather civilized when driving at higher speeds, but when you get to tricky, tight bends and corners, well, it just flies through them with ease. Adaptive dampers makes it 10 millimeters lower compared to the S3. Seating position is just perfect. You get normal sport seat as a standard, or you can get these cup bucket seats. They are just beautiful in carbon fiber, and I just find them extremely tight. Nothing that I feel I can complain about at all, because they are very comfortable, well stuffed, and they look just beautiful to look at. This honeycomb from the outside feels a little wider, a little more hungry with this single frame grille in the front. Honeycomb looks, you got a lot of carbon fiber, black accents. That's something that you can choose. You have this matte 19-inch RS rims, looks really, really nice. And you got this Kyalami green color, which is solid and is the one that I would go for any day of the week. I completely fall in love with these type of colors, and that's the colors that defines a fun car. And I'm just so happy that Audi provides a hot hatchback with these beautiful colors. You can get it in yellow, you can get it in black, you can get it in red, and they just pop. And especially in this sedan. It's just like a favorite bit of candy. That's how it feels to me. The brakes are really, really strong. I like them. They are on point, and they just feel so racy in their character. It feels so perfect when getting into a corner. You know exactly how to dose them and how hard, so you can get that little sense of trail braking to make it rotate a bit quicker, because it rotates very, very well in high-speed corners and also in slow-speed corners. And the grip in the front with these wider tires just makes it change direction that quick. It's incredible. A little carbon fiber spoiler at the back, and these real meaty pipes, these RS pipes. The sound from them is just great. On the overrun, when changing down, it just pops in an honest, realistic way. It doesn't feel fake at all about it. Boot capacity is just fine enough, and the space in the back, well, not for tall people. This is just a car that you get in for that epic and thrilling ride, and you sit just fine tight back there. And that's the thing about a car like this, just like the Honda Civic Type R, you're just so connected to the drive that it doesn't really matter about anything else, about the tech inside, how it looks. And that's what a real hot hatchback and a real sporty one should always deliver. That type of feeling. But at the same time, when you go for longer stretches and you just want to relax, you can do that, because it is comfortable. It is very composed. It's just smooth on the road, and I think that the isolation in here is just great. It's very, very quiet. It feels old style Audi quality in some way, even though it's a little updated, a little polished in this new way. All this black polished stuff and all of that. Oh, don't know about that. It becomes scratchy. But you got everything. Cup holders. You got a lot of good pockets all around. I don't know why they didn't just put a little knob, a scrolling knob. Now you touch it if you want to change the volume, rolling this around. Well, and then you push for mute, and you can change track, and you can turn it off there as well. The updated Matrix headlights, well, they portray a checkered flag. So when you get to the car, well, these flicker really, really nice. It's just a thing to flirt a little with you as a owner and a driver, but it sure looks rather good. This is the cool thing, when it starts to float a little, but it just bites down to the asphalt, gives you the grip again, and off you go. And I only drive in this torque rear because I just love a rear-wheel driven car, and this one, it really provides me with that oversteery feeling that doesn't make it feel like a traditional Quattro Audi. So they have really done a good job with this one. So lively, so pointy. And you just want to push it even more and more at every new type of road that you find. And as you play along with the gears, yeah, that symphony from that 5-cylinder engine, well, it just makes you want more and more of the drive that it delivers. Incredible car, this one. Some of its competitors, the Toyota GR Yaris, the Golf R, Mercedes A45 AMG, a little more power in that one, drove that at the Mercedes-Benz World on the track there. Hardcore as well, very, very good hot hatchback. And of course the Civic Type R, the FL5, which I completely adored. Front-wheel driven, and what I miss in a car like that with such a graceful hot hatchback attitude is being four-wheel driven or being rear-wheel driven. But it is forgiving for being so good. The grip in that one just feels like, well, it doesn't need anything else than front-wheel drive. But I think they are on par. They have different characters, these ones. This is, of course, a lot faster. 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds. And the ability to drift makes it a little more fun in the way that I want it. I think that GR Yaris, that is fun. It is a little more tight. It feels a little more rally over it in some way. You have more fun in the winter or some gravel roads. It's shorter. This one feels much more grown up. Just as the Mercedes feels a little more grown up. The Civic Type R is not as comfortable as this one is. So this becomes a very, very good all-rounder with a lot of equipment that you can put on it. But once again, you can't get away from the fact that what does this car and what will always define it is this engine. And to sum this car up is rather simple. This is a driver's super tool. That's just what it is. The grip is immense. The joy that it brings is just out of this world. And it's also a car that might be a little complicated in the beginning when you want to thrash it totally and get the most out of it. Because you really need to put on your gloves, put on your racing shoes, and give it everything. And that just makes it a very good track car. So you need to go to the track, you need to learn how to drive it, you need to learn how to drift it, because when you master all its qualities and all the precision and performance that it can deliver, well, then you can beat about anything that you will encounter on the very demanding B roads. And get it in a sedan as this one. It just looks beautiful, it's elegant in its compact format. It might look a little ridiculous in a small sedan version, but not to me. I just love sedans, and it's still a sedan in this neat format. So it sticks out because not all competitors have a sedan to choose between. So go for this one because it's a lot more cool.